AlphaTauri is set to mirror Red Bull for Singapore. What changes have been made to the Marina Bay circuit, and who might the FIA's technical directive over flexi-wings affect? Let's get into the latest in the F1 world as we head into race week in Singapore. AlphaTauri is set to introduce an upgrade in Singapore that will mirror parts of Red Bull's RB19. In a new interview, AlphaTauri CEO Peter Bayer has revealed that the sister team to Red Bull will begin their plan to move to be more in line with Red Bull's design going forward this weekend at Singapore. The team will undergo a rebrand into 2024 with a new title sponsor, team name and team principal. But in keeping with this, AlphaTauri will also collaborate more with their sister team Red Bull Racing and bring their design ideas to be more closely drawn from the Red Bull philosophy that we've also seen the likes of McLaren and Aston Martin converge on. Though the two teams are owned by the same parent company, F1's regulations prevent sharing intellectual property and technical equipment, and even parts to a degree, and the team has remained very autonomous up to now. But Peter Bayer has admitted that not taking all the parts they could legally have taken from Red Bull in the past was a mistake that the team will be rectifying. It's not yet clear what these upgrades will consist of, but are you interested to see how the AlphaTauri will look in Singapore? The Marina Bay circuit has made some big changes ahead of this weekend's Singapore Grand Prix. The section of the track that heads under the grandstand in Sector 3 has been changed ahead of this year's race, with a sequence of 4 90-degree corners being removed. Instead, the drivers will go straight on at the old turn 16 and head down straight to the old turn 20, which is now the new turn 16. The changes will not only result in a faster lap time, but were introduced with the hopes of creating more overtaking opportunities at the end of the lap. As a side effect of the removal of so many consecutive turns, the demand placed on the brakes and tyres will also be reduced, according to Aston Martin's performance director, Tom McCullough. He predicts that the changes will make the degradation a bit easier, as normally, because there was not a lot of recovery time for the tyres, the rears were stinking hot on the old layout. With the changes, tyre life should be extended, but we'll have to wait for the weekend to see whether this is true. The FIA's new technical directive against flexi-wings comes into action in Singapore, but this might affect some teams more than others. While it's unknown which teams have been using flexible aero elements and therefore who the directive is targeting, the FIA is hoping that the TD018 directive will stamp out any bodywork flexibility up and down the pit lane. Of course, many teams will be hoping that Red Bull are affected by this, but the impact of the change is simply unknown at this point. Williams' head of vehicle performance, Dave Robson, has however said that the directive is written in a way that's calling out specific things that the FIA have seen, so is anticipating that there will be at least some fallout from its introduction. As part of this, teams have had to submit drawings to show the FIA their wing designs by the 8th of September, and keen eyes in the pit lane will be looking out for any changes, no matter how small. You're all caught up with the latest in the F1 world. What do you make of these stories? Let us know in the comments, like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to Apex for the latest in the F1 world.